Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Black AK back at you again with another video. As you can see, we have two wheels on the desk. We're comparing the T300, since I had it for like 3 days now, and obviously my old wheel, Logitech G920. I say old and I only had it from like I think like 10 days now. And today we have like a different comparison, like T300 and Logitech. You'll see a lot of videos out there comparing these two to each other, but unfortunately you never ever see a comparison between a modded Logitech G920 versus a stock T300, because I want to be honest with you, once you start like modding the Logitech, if you mod the shifter, if you want to mod it, that's like 20, 30, maybe 40 bucks. If you want to mod the wheel with the adapter, like for example, let me show you the wheel. Modding the wheel alone cost me about 100 bucks, but the reason why, because I'm really far, like shipping is really expensive to me. They shipped the wheel, was really expensive, and they shipped the adapter. This is metal adapter, by the way, so it was like, I think the wheel was 30 bucks and the adapter itself, it's like 20 to 30 bucks if you want to buy a high quality one. I paid about around 40 to 50 bucks almost. I don't know, I don't remember exactly how much, but in total it cost about 100. So the wheel itself, like if you guys want to see the difference, I will make sure to take photos for it to see the difference. Even with the T300, it's so big.
That's what she said.
So anyway, today's review, it's completely like focusing on drifting only. It's not for racing or anything. It's a drift wheel, obviously you guys can see that. We're only gonna be drifting, so today we're gonna put the wheel on the Logitech only and use the stock wheel with the T300. You can definitely like mod this thing, but I think I'm missing the adapter. It's not being shipped yet, it's on the way, but once I get the adapter I will definitely start using this wheel on T300. But I thought, since I already have the Logitech adapter, why not just mod this thing and try it out. The shifter, however, I hate the Logitech shifter. I have the Thrustmaster shifter, which is amazing. I love this thing, so I'm not gonna bother like modding the shifter or the brake on the T300 on the G920. When I say G920, I mean everything, like all the way from G27, G29, and G923. All of them are almost the same. It's almost the same product, just a couple of different here and there, but nothing major. I think they all have the same power. I mean the motor. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the drifting, and I will try to commentate over my drifting and tell you what I'm feeling from my footage. It's definitely an interesting results, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so right now we're trying a car that I only drove, I think I only drove like once, and that's it. So just to make it a fair like comparison, I will be using cars that I never ever driven before. So this car is a bit difficult because it has a bit more horsepower than the usual cars that I drive, and it's a bit snappier. It spins the wheel a lot faster than other cars. So it's really snappy. It's a good test for wheel. And also keep in mind, in this test I'm not going to use a lot of e-brake because I'm still waiting for my e-brake to be shipped. It's going to take a while to be here. But anyway, you guys can see that I'm pretty much doing okay with the Thrustmaster. It's not too bad. Again, this car I didn't even tune it, I didn't do anything to it. It's just stock and that's it. That's also another car that I never really touched before. Here we're going on playground map. This map has a lot of turns, a lot of corners. It should be a good test for the wheel as well, to see how well the wheel will like spin wheeled back. So here I had to think I had to hold the e-brake just a second and clutch kick, because this car is, as I mentioned, this is the first time I'm trying it. Completely stock. I only spent like 5 minutes playing with this car, so it's really like weird to drive something new. It takes a bit of time to get used to it. But if you notice that the wheel is spinning back almost way too fast than what you need, I've turned my force feedback way too low. But yeah, no issues with the wheel whatsoever. It's definitely me lacking some skill, but when it comes to the wheel itself, it's not an issue at all. I can drift all day long with this thing, effortless, like without any effort, you know. And here we have the Logitech with the gigantic wheel, and that was a multiple runs. Let me just say that. It took me a couple of runs to get a somewhat of a clean run on that wheel, and it was definitely a workout. I can tell you that much. It was, yikes. Yeah, it was a workout, dude. This wheel was not turning as fast as I wanted to be. And I think I also cranked up my force feedback all the way up, like all the way. I think I started to smell some motor, like some burned electronics during the tests, because the force feedback was all the way up. I think my unit it's just actually struggling because of this test, but that was like the only force feedback setting that actually worked, and I still have to help the wheel. As you can see, I still have to help the wheel to spin with my own hand, you know. And trust me, I tried like for 10 minutes trying to get used to this thing, but it's really difficult. You have to be just, I think the only way to drift with Logitech is just you need to be really gentle on your throttle. With Thrustmaster, you can pretty much get away with a bit more throttle. You don't have to worry about throttle control as much with Thrustmaster because the motor is just so fast, so you can get away with it. But with Logitech, no, you have no chance. You have to be very gentle with your throttle to drift. You can definitely drift with the Logitech, and I also have a clip I will show you with the stock Logitech drifting without any problems. The biggest issue I notice here that the adapter, if you want to get the wheel for drifting, I recommend you don't purchase a metal adapter. It was a mistake. It just made it a bit heavier. And there's a clip of me raging. Okay, and we have a run with the stock Logitech, and this car is really hard with the Logitech because it's really snappy, but it's no problem. Like the force feedback is lowered. It's way lower than the previous setting, because you can tell like it's a bit heavy. The wheel, it's really heavy, but I can drift with this, no problem. But obviously, when you've been drifting for like 10 days, I think, with the Thrustmaster, you start to get used to just letting go of the wheel. But with the Logitech, you do have to help the wheel out, and I even throw a 360 in there. You do have to help the wheel out with the Logitech, because, you know, it doesn't have that much power. But yeah, you can definitely drift with the Logitech. Okay, so the final conclusion after this review, what do I think about the modding for Logitech compared to 3300? Honestly, I think Logitech, it's a great entry-level wheel, but if you feel like you're a bit more invested in this like hobby and you want to have a bit better experience, I definitely recommend you grab a T300. It's definitely better, like hands down, it's definitely better. Because if you like do the math and count how much money you spend on the mods and everything, you already at the stock price for T300, and it will give you a much better experience. That's if you're like genuinely looking for drifting and all around like wheel. But if you're looking for an entry-level wheel, you can just race a bit and you don't really care about feeling the road as much, like all the details on the road, then I think you can probably get away with the Logitech. But honestly, I think you just better off not to mod this thing at all. And if you think about modding this thing, I would recommend you sell your unit, save up a bit more, and grab yourself a stock one. It will give you a much better experience comparing to any Logitech, honestly. So these are my final thoughts about those two wheels. So yeah, in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a while to put this together. I had to wait for some parts to be shipped, and it took me, I think, like a month to wait for shipping. The video itself took a while to record and edit and stuff like that. So like would be appreciated if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.